before you shit on it. Before you shit on it.
I can't even deny it. Fuck. Welcome everybody to Mo9. That's M-O-A-T, the number 9, episode 23, the Michael Jordan episode 23.
We should have watched Air.
That's it. We're not recording until next week until we watch Air for
We'll be back.
23.
Just
You know what? We'll make this 22 and a half.
Okay.
Oh, and then in this episode, I get to splice the video that we took because we both got to see Guardians of the Galaxy 3. We're not going to talk about it yet, but 3 at the same theater at the same time.
In each other's laps.
Yes.
Just kidding.
We're not saying whose. Plot twist, I was breaking his leg.
Oof. Yeah.
Did you just scrape your watch?
Nope.
Oh. Ah!
No. Look at these dimes. Anyways, yeah. So we have a small list,
Sorry.
big list,
Wait, what?
some news,
We have a big, small list?
big, small list, small list,
Sorry.
big list.
Can I use
You're
anything or leave it?
You're good.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but I don't know if it's going to blow all over the place. Okay.
Hold on. Cut.
Yeah. Cut.
So we are on location.
On location. This might look familiar to some of you.
Maybe
for
some.
for those of you that are loyal fans or any kind of fans,
Or
Only
have
fans.
a fan.
only fans, whatever. Back at Ambrose's place.
Yep. Here.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyway, so we have Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which we both went to see together. We have From Love and Death
Love and Death.
and Star Wars Visions.
Visions.
Which one? We're going to leave Guardians for the last.
Of course.
Which of the other three do you want to do first?
Visions.
Visions.
How far did you get first?
I did 3.
Okay, I did.
I did
also.
3. I could have done more, but I ended
Wait,
up...
before you shit on it. Before you shit on it.
Damn it. I can't even deny it. Fuck.
I'm a very visual guy. I paint and I draw. I haven't done it in a while. A little rusty. Oh, you can. But visually, I'm really liking it. I like the first episode was the can't remember the Sith one, the paint one. It was like painting.
It's literally about art painting.
Yes, and then the
light
second
and
and third
dark.
one were stop motion.
No, the second one was cartoon, like straight up.
It wasn't. It wasn't
like hand drawn animation, and the third one was stop motion.
the third. So the second one wasn't stop motion.
No.
Huh.
And I literally watched them last night. That's why I remember.
I could have sworn it was stop motion also.
No, like hand drawn, like your very typical hand drawn.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Huh. Anyways, I that's one aspect of Visions since the first season I've always like really liked.
Mhm.
I liked how visually appealing each episode was.
Mhm.
Some of them more like, Magna, what do you call it? Like anime? Magna or what?
Manga.
Manga.
Well, manga is just the
Manga larga?
the book version of anime.
So it kind of reminds me of yeah.
Very anime.
Yeah, anime.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, it doesn't bother me. I mean, one of them reminded me of freaking the one with their rock stars. It kind of
From season 1.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of like Mega Man or something. I don't know why. Just the way that they were drawn.
Okay.
Very round.
Oh,
You know what
okay.
I mean, it
I
wasn't
got you.
sharp edges or nothing. It was just like the characters were very like roundish. I don't know.
Okay.
So, I mean, I like it. I'm gonna watch it. I watched it with Max. So, proceed.
Proceed to shit on it. Well, let me pull down my pants and cop a squat. Actually, no. My problem is not. I have a problem, obviously. It's me. It's actually not with Visions. It's with Star Wars in general.
Okay.
I'm developing more and more this just not hatred, but just I'm like so disappointed with Star Wars because it seems to rely so much on the Skywalker saga.
Yeah.
They didn't open it up soon enough that now that they have, it's almost like they don't seem to fit together, other than the fact that it has lightsabers and the Force. They talk about the Force. That's the only thing that connects the entire Star Wars universe, and it shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
My only complaint about Visions is that it's just artistic stories, and they throw in Force or lightsaber, and that just automatically makes it Star Wars.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, Visions. I'm also gonna definitely finish watching it. It's really good. I liked it better than Tales of the Jedi.
But Tales of the Jedi is canon.
But Tales of the Jedi is canon. Very true. So I don't know. Anyway, what's next?
So, how far are you on Love and Death?
How far you? How far
are
you?
you?
Oh, how far are you?
How far are you?
Well, I'm
how
as,
far art thou,
Ah.
Romeo and Juliet?
I'm as far as we can be
On what? Love and Death?
on Love and Death, but someone isn't, right?
I'm on episode 4.
Well, that's all there is, because they're
Love and Death?
yeah,
Isn't there
episodal.
6?
No, they're episodal
There's not 6. I saw 6.
that are out.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, then good thing is that we're the same because I'm only on episode 4.
Let me double check. Give me 1
I'm
second.
pretty sure that they barely started. There's gonna be 7.
There's 6 out.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, so then good thing that we're both
on 4.
on 4.
Wait, I can't remember what happened on 4.
4 is where she turns herself in. So it's the
Nope. Thank you for spoiling it.
what? Yeah, it is.
I haven't seen 4.
Well, you just said you're on 4.
I'm on it. I haven't finished it. Yeah, I'm about like a quarter of the way on 4.
So you should have already seen the part where she turns herself in.
Where
are you?
Right there, where she's in the grocery store. So
Well, I mean, she's
Okay,
in talks. She hasn't like officially turned herself in, but she's talking to the lawyer and all that.
no,
stuff.
I haven't got there yet either.
Damn it!
But I will. So
All right, so that's Love and Death.
no. I mean, this is based on a true story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here in Texas,
That I don't know.
Dallas.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's like Dallas.
Okay.
So, but in the 70s,
70s.
yeah, you can tell.
I want to say 74-ish.
Yeah, something like 78, 79. Remember it was like that?
90. Hut. I don't know.
They tell you Christmas 1978,
I think you're right.
something
I
like
think
that.
you're right.
And then 1 year later,
Mhm.
79, because after 78.
Oh, so if you add 1 year to 78, it's 79?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mass.
Math. Not that new core math bullshit.
Because
Yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah.
we talked about what episode last time? 2.
Wow.
1 and 2?
I think we did 2 and 3.
2 and 3?
Because I think we both saw the first episode, and then we had like a 2-week hiatus, and then we did 2 and 3.
Did
If I
we?
remember correctly. I think so.
I think-
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know.
I barely
Anyways.
remember how I got here.
So, I mean, it is interesting.
Very.
You know, the backstory is the affair, right?
Uh-huh.
And I guess, I mean, it's centered around Candy, whatever her name is.
Uh-huh.
Montgomery, right? Montgomery, something.
That I don't know. I don't remember.
Monterrey, Montenegro,
I don't know.
Montebello.
Pollo de Monterrey.
I
Some
don't
shit.
know. Anyways, so it's based around her. I mean, it's interesting.
I think one thing that will help people, for anybody that hasn't already started it for whatever reason, and based on what we're saying is like, actually it sounds interesting, I'll check it out. I think one thing that'll help is put yourself in the mindset that this happened in the 70s.
Yeah.
And these are church folk. Like, they're literally in the choir. So, very religious,
Like
in the
Sister
70s.
Acts.
Nowadays, 2023, we're just like, that's it? That's all they did? I had a cousin that did that shit.
Well,
It's nothing shocking.
yeah.
But in 78, this was like, oh my God, this was scandal.
And the seals are on our porch.
I don't think it'll be that loud.
Anyway, sorry. You can get
He lives by the sea.
right. But yeah, so it would be scandalous.
Oh yeah, to say the least.
Yeah, church going people.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I'm hooked, but it's kind of like it's like a progressive interest for some reason because I'm watching it. And it is kind of slow, but I'm like,
see, and I don't think I get why people would think that it's slow, but to me, it's interesting enough that I don't find it slow.
Yeah, well, I do find it slow, but it is interesting. And my daughter's watching it with me, and she's like, I can't get her out of my head. When is she going to use her superpowers? Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, and she's not a little kid,
right? She's like practically a grown up now.
Yeah.
Love and Death and From, and then Guardians. Okay, so From, I only made it to episode 4, and I am sad to say that unless Cinda and Lou, because now Lou's watching it, unless they want to sit there and catch me up, and then I'll watch whatever episode they're on, I think I'm pretty much done.
So your wife is done.
Well, she's already seen all of season 1
and season 2.
I think she started season 2. I don't think she's done with season 2.
Oh, I thought from what I heard she was done with it.
She might be. I don't pay attention.
Well, I'm kidding.
I'm sorry.
I am on the same level.
Okay.
The next episode comes out on Sunday.
Tell me this. Is it one of those that you maybe would say, no, I'll keep watching because it gets better?
It's very suspenseful. It keeps you on the edge of your seat.
Okay.
But did you watch Lost?
I did all of Lost.
I did none of Lost. What happened at the end of Lost?
Like, what was the point or what exactly happened?
What was the point of the whole show? Were they dead?
Yes, they were in limbo. They died and were in limbo.
That's what I'm feeling with this.
Maybe, but as of right now, I am absolutely hating the writing on this show. It is so dumb. I'm hating the writing. Well, that one character, the guy that thinks this is all a show, like he's like a rich guy or whatever.
Oh,
he thinks this is all for his birthday
Uh-huh.
or some shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, nobody's that stupid. Maybe there is, but nobody's that stupid. He cannot be that stupid. The writing is bad, like bad. And what's going on hasn't caught my interest enough to overlook the writing.
Yeah.
I don't see myself even finishing unless, like I said, you or Cinda drag me along and they're like, it gets better, just watch. Okay, fine. I'd rather put that time into catching up on Yellowstone.
John Griffin is the creator From.
I will say this in its favor. I love the leadership character. I forgot his name of this guy.
Okay.
Over Rick.
No,
you
full of shit.
Excuse me, sir. This guy makes way more sense. Rick was a little bitch.
No.
Rick at this point would have been like, we can't do that. And this guy's just like, I fucking hate doing it, but we're going to have to do it.
Harold Perrineau.
That guy. The guy from The Best Man. I don't know.
He's in The Best Man? I never seen him before in my life.
You suck. Dude, the mother and daughter relationship.
Yeah, it's a little
irritating the fuck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't want to talk bad about kids, but the kid.
The little one? Yeah.
He should be dead by now.
Yeah.
This fucking the weird guy.
Okay. His storyline.
I'm interested in the storyline, but I'm like,
yeah.
bro, your dad's freaking out. Like, this kid is like, oh no, I'm not supposed to go, but we need to go figure out. Okay.
Right.
Okay, here's another one. I nitpick this shit because it's so stupid. He's walking, doing the paces. What are you doing? I'm trying to figure out blah, blah, blah. Then he goes and finds a kid. I figured out that it moved 4 inches. How the fuck does he know it's 4 inches? Lou was like, well, he's using the same pace. I'm like, I don't care if he's exactly. There's no way he knows it moved 4 inches based on paces. It's so stupid. I'm sorry, but it
is kind of dumb.
Stupid.
But that's why I ask you if you watch Lost, because I see the kind of like the parallel between the two, and the people showing up the way they do.
Mm-hmm.
How they're stuck there.
I will say that and
Because Lost was an island, right?
I just right now I pieced it together. I know exactly what my problem is. Yes, they're on an island. I know what it is. You know why I started watching this show?
Why?
Because Senda said to watch it. You said to watch it, and then I looked up the premise.
Yeah.
I started writing a story very similar to this. When my buddy and I were coming back from a game in Phoenix, we got caught in a snowstorm and we had to stop in Deming.
Yeah.
And we couldn't find a hotel because everybody had to pull off the I-10 to stop there because of the storm.
Yeah.
And it just came to me. The Hotel California was playing, and it just popped in my head. Like, what if you got stranded somewhere and you just couldn't leave? Like, you try to drive out, and just for some reason you end up back. So I was like, holy shit, they took my fucking story. So I'm like, all right, this is cool. Let's see where they took it. It's not where I would have taken it, but so for them to have this shitty writing, I'm like, you're fucking up my story. I feel personal. I feel like it's a personal attack here because it's my story and you're fucking it up. That's what it is. It's just, I can't. Willingly, I'm not going to continue to watch it. If you and Cinda and Lou drag me along.
Well, I'm caught up to season 2.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, does it get better per se? Or it's just keeping your interest?
It's interesting. The only thing that's I'm put offish about it is the acting. I'm not too fond of the acting, but going back to The Walking Dead, all of those were no names also. Well, besides,
pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, they were all pretty much no names, watching the series.
Yeah.
The same thing with Game of Thrones. I mean, you didn't know anybody.
Yeah, there's nobody.
Maybe Dinklage.
Well, Sean Bean, but he
Who's
doesn't. Stark, Ned Stark.
Yeah, and Dinklage
but he's like,
oh yeah,
pretty quickly.
Yeah, but there was there was a few, but not a lot. This one has like no names, like nobody. So for me, that's one of the reasons. And then the acting is kind of like,
I don't hope it happens, but I can see this being canceled before they finish the story.
Yeah, me too.
For your sake, for Cinda, because there seems to be a few people that are enjoying it. Yeah. I don't hope it happens. How
far did you get?
I'm on episode 4. I watched episode 4.
So okay, we're gonna go back to how many? It was 8. It's 8 episodes, right?
I think
the first season. What happens right in the middle? Everything, every show that we watch.
But even from episode 1, I'm like,
all right.
The anticipation of finding out what's going on has kept me going. But other than that, the acting isn't good. The writing is definitely not good.
All right. Well, I'm going to challenge you to this. Finish the series.
That's the season.
Season.
Okay.
And then try to watch the first episode of the second season. Okay. So you're halfway there.
Okay.
Might as well just get through it. It's like the bourbon. Just drink it.
Power through, you bitch.
Power through it. Power through it. And then after if you still are like put offish after the first season and the first episode of season 2,
I'm gonna hate you so much if I end up changing my mind. I'll do that.
Okay,
I'll do that.
Finish that. Just knock that out. See where you get
season
from there.
1 and episode 1 of season 2.
Yeah, and then from there, so be it. Be on your way.
You can move on. You can move on from this show.
From the show.
Okay. So, you want to do? Yeah, we should probably do that and then that.
What?
Guardians and then that.
Yeah, because we're gonna finish that.
Okay, cool. So, insert clip here. So we actually made it finally to see a movie together, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. We'll give you a review hopefully after, if one of us doesn't get in trouble.
Ooh, probably me.
Probably. And we're back. So that was us right about to see the movie.
Excited.
Stupid excited.
Very excited.
And we were so excited that we forgot to do a mini review after we watched it.
Yeah.
But you get to see
it's okay.
the full review right now.
And you can compress it and cut it and put it into one TikTok and send it out to the millions and millions of listeners.
To the millions and millions of people that aren't watching us.
Yeah.
Do you want to start off with ratings, or do you want to start talking and then see if it changes? Let's start talking because it might sway.
There's
our
a lot
rating.
of ups and downs in this movie.
No, there's ups and there's no. I can't think of a single negative until you bring it up.
Adam Warlock.
What's the downside with Adam Warlock? You mentioned that earlier. What's your issue with Adam Warlock?
Why did they literally make him a kid? Like, why would they do that? Like, what is the reasoning behind Marvel deciding, hey, you know, he was born early, so he's stupid?
I think because he's not the main villain. Because if he was full on Adam Warlock,
He
like
would
in
have
the
just
comics,
killed everybody.
he would. Well, not only that, but he would have been the main villain, and the High Inquisitor is the main villain.
The High Interpreter?
The Grand Inquisitor,
The Grand Inquisitor? What is his name?
the High Evolutionary.
High Evolutionary, yeah. So, I mean, that's the only downside that I saw with the movie, which there wasn't really a lot of stuff that I thought was... I mean, thank you for redeeming the watch of Quantumania, because I got,
The what of Quantumania?
you know, watching Quantumania and then watching Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
I didn't dislike Quantumania that much, but yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, so for me, it was more like, I was expecting, I put Quantumania up here.
Did you really? That may be why.
I wanted to see more,
Okay.
and I didn't get fulfilled. It's kind of like that Jack Black Lizzo feeling, but not as bad. Not as bad.
Mm-hmm.
So it was there, but it wasn't as bad. I just love what they've done with the Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't care that they made it a little bit more funny. I don't mind the comedy because it started that way. The Guardians started comedic, funny, quippy.
Very quippy.
I guess you could say quippy.
It is.
So for me, it's already been like that. Unlike Thor, that was very serious, and then he's a fucking dummy.
I don't know. If you really think about it, they kind of made Thor a goofball from the beginning. Like, he was very powerful, but he was kind of the surfer boy dumbass.
They made him more of like a jock dumbass. Then they made him a dumbass.
They amped it, but they did that with Guardians of the Galaxy. Everything that was good about Guardians, they upped it in 2 and 3. They made him goofier. They made him more quippy. They made him more jokey.
But it was still very wholesome and very family oriented. You know what I mean? And Thor was just like, they just wanted him to look like a dumb jock, like a big oaf.
I think that was kind of the point.
But he's not.
True.
And that's why.
But it works for the MCU.
I guess.
And see, here's the thing. Here's the funny thing. I actually didn't like. I'm such a fanboy of Hulk that the fact that they were saying that doing that thing the whole time of who's more powerful, I was like, fuck you, Hulk. So I had a thing against Thor.
Yeah.
But the more I pay attention to, like, especially like the TikTok where they piece together his whole story,
yeah,
I'm like, dude, I want to do a comparison of who's been screwed over more in the MCU. Because I mean, you can make arguments for Rocket now.
Yeah.
Thor, Banner himself is good. Cap, Iron Man, like all of them have these really tragic fucking stories, and it's like, dude, these guys are heroes, even though they're leading some shitty fucking lives.
Yeah.
Like fucking Iron Man even died.
Yeah.
So,
well, but speaking of death, it was insinuated that somebody was gonna die.
Yes. Very heavily.
Very heavily. And everybody pointed towards Rocket. Now, if you haven't seen the movie, which you probably should have.
Most of the ones that I heard were Drax.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But all the visuals were brown. Everything was like brown colored. You know what I mean? From what I saw. It could have been Drax. I was thinking it could have been Drax, but I was thinking more so Rocket.
I got you.
Because it was Rocket's kind of like his story, his end story or whatever.
Well, technically, they followed through.
He did die. Technically.
Right.
Technically. But that whole, family-oriented vibe of the movie was just like throughout. I mean, from the very beginning. You know what I mean? Because it's literally action throughout the whole thing. I saw a lot of TikToks where like, well, at the end, why didn't Star-Lord use his mask? Why didn't he use his booster rockets? Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, well, his friend was dying and he left at a moment's notice, didn't care about anything else except saving him. So he didn't take none of his stuff. I'm sure everybody would do the same shit, right?
Yeah. And see that I don't know. I think I'm just biased in a lot of cases because stuff like that, when James Gunn explains shit like that, I'm like, okay, that makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
So the writing is there. So when I compare that to like From, I'm like, bro, come on, you guys could have fucking done better than that. I've seen good story writing. You can do better than that.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. But yeah, this thing from beginning to end, it's just a fucking buildup of
I know. Yeah. Very emotional roller
and then
coaster.
it fucking gets to that point and you're just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking great fucking movie. Okay, so that leads me to the big question that I had. What is the best trilogy of the MCU so far?
So, Captain America.
Because the big ones have the Thor has a trilogy, Iron Man has a trilogy, Captain America has a trilogy. Technically, Avengers is a trilogy.
Yeah.
You can say Infinity War and Endgame are separate movies, but technically it's one story that was split in two.
True. Okay.
So Avengers has a trilogy. So Guardians is a trilogy.
Man, that's tough. Okay. Man. You know why it's hard to justify which one's the best? Because if you say Iron Man, not everybody's in Iron Man. If you say, Thor, not everybody's in Thor. But Avengers, everybody's in Avengers. And the Guardians of the Galaxy has a huge cast.
Mm-hmm.
That's just one standalone person. And Captain America is the same way up until... So it's Captain America, the first Avenger, Winter Soldier, Civil War?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was tough too because everybody came out in Civil War.
Now, so yeah, I mean, if you're gonna base it on scope,
yeah,
I think Avengers takes it.
Yeah.
Because bro, at the end of fucking of Endgame, you have everybody
literally.
So that makes. But I mean, as far as like story, scope, just everything put together, just like the good trilogy movie, I actually might argue Guardians. Because, like you said, Captain America, I mean, shit, Winter Soldier alone is probably my favorite MCU movie so far, period. Just standalone movie. But, like, Iron Man, the trilogies, I'm sorry, it sucks ass.
Only because, I mean, Iron Man 1 kicked it off, right? So it wasn't as big budget as everything else. You know what I mean? But it still gave us Iron Man. It still gave us that, hey, you know what? Marvel's back or whatever, we're going to start watching this shit. You know what I mean? This is what, 20 years ago?
No, not quite.
10 years ago?
I want to say like
15?
2008? So 15 years ago?
15 years ago? So, I mean, 15 years ago compared to now, and the CGI, the way that it's totally different. But not knowing where it was going to lead, I guess that's another thing too. I don't know.
Of
man.
those so far,
that's hard.
Iron Man and Thor, I hate to say, is way at the bottom.
Okay.
Because, I mean, Thor 1, it was decent, but what is it, Dark World?
Well, Thor has 4.
What's the third one?
Ragnarok.
Oh, ooh. So they're technically out of the running.
Yeah.
But see, a lot of people love Ragnarok.
It's a really good movie.
So then you'd have to take out Love and Thunder. Yeah, that one's not a bit unfair.
Or does Dark World just take itself out?
Yeah, technically, yeah. But I'll say this, even with it being 4, I don't think it compares. It still doesn't.
No.
Iron Man is out because 2 is alrightish. The third one sucks complete ass.
The third one was the
something the one where they're injecting themselves with that serum or whatever.
That was 3?
That was 3, and then Slash the Mandarin.
Oh yeah, that's right.
The
fake Mandarin
completely fucked up.
The fake Mandarin.
So I personally take those 2 out. Cap, even though Winter Soldier is my favorite movie, and then of course Civil War is really fucking good, it's still pretty contained. Avengers is Avengers.
Yeah.
But for Guardians of the Galaxy to still be in contention against Avengers, I think speaks to how great it is.
Yeah.
I personally have more invested in Guardians. Avengers is fucking great, obviously, but
Yeah.
I mean, Guardians. If you made me watch just 3 movies, like a trilogy, I'll watch Guardians all day long. It's fucking great.
See, in me, I've always been like a Cap guy, Captain America. I could watch the first Avenger almost as much as I could watch Endgame.
Okay.
So that movie could be like on rerun, on loop for me.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I could just constantly watch that one. The Winter Soldier's great too. I love it. It's a great movie. Then Civil War kind of like, that's where all the like animosity, everything, because they're fighting, you know what I mean? So that helps too. But it still just builds his character, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's one reason I like the Captain America trilogy. But the Guardians of the Galaxy, it just has everybody beat because of the fucking music, man. The music just hits you right there. Like everything just, it just flows. The music and the action and everything that's happening. Fuck, No Sleep Till Brooklyn. Holy crap. Epic hallway fight. I mean, what other, epic hallway fight have we? I mean, there's been a lot, but I think this one, visually, the way he did it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody was fighting and, shit was happening here and other shit was happening here, but it was still like at the same, that fight scene was amazing. I would probably be a tie between those two for me.
And see, another thing is Guardians of the Galaxy makes me excited for what James could potentially do for DC.
So,
anyway,
rating.
Ah, my God, dude, I'm hard pressed not to give this a 9 or better, but at least a 9, I would say.
Yeah.
And the reason that I hesitate is because to me, Endgame is the be all and end all of Marvel so far. Like
That's like 9.5.
that's probably even a 9.8.
3.
Like
9
higher
and
than
3/4
a 9.
stars. 3
9
and
and 3,
3/4
yeah.
stars.
9.75. Like it's almost
With
perfect.
10. Yeah, perfect.
I think the only reason that I can't give it a 10 is because you have to take Infinity War into consideration because Infinity War is part of the story.
Yeah, but I don't. I think
As
I
a
don't give it a 10
standalone movie?
because Iron Man died.
But that's part to me. That's part of
I
it.
know.
You have to have people that it makes it realistic.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if you can bring him back and show him in times where he was still alive or parallel universe type stuff, but that Tony Stark
Yeah, he's dead.
is dead and gone. Leave it at that.
DED
Because when they
dead.
do that stuff, I'm like, you ruined it.
Yeah.
You don't bring him back.
Yeah,
Dexter, you don't fucking bring him back, dude. Like he's dead. Leave it. And then they show that, and I'm like, fuck, you just fucked it up.
Yeah.
You should have ridden off into the sunset his way, left it at that, but you didn't. So now it fucked up.
So, end credits? No, post credit. Pre credit?
I always forget.
Whatever.
Mid credit was what? I remember the end credit, but what was the mid credit?
The new Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, that's right.
So,
I think it was cool.
Human Grinch. What's Gunn's brother?
I forget his
Kraglin.
name. Kraglin. There you go.
Cosmos.
Yes. The little girl.
Philavel?
That's the little girl, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And
She's
then
like supposed
Adam
to be
Warlock.
super strong. And Rocket. But the main one is King Groot.
Well, no, not. I thought the little fucking
Oh, the little, yeah.
the little dog
It
from
reminds me of Winston.
Dark Crystal.
Yeah. So, King Groot, did you know the story and why he's so big now?
No.
So, apparently, the story is that the race of what Groot is, Grooters?
The Grooters?
I don't know. Magruder! So, tree people?
The Ents
Ants. So, whatever his
races.
whatever race Groot is, they absorb the power of whatever's around them, like a tree, right? Absorbing the power. So that's what they're saying. So they're like, well, why did he get so big so fast? Well, being that Star-Lord and Mantis are part celestial superpowers, so he's drawing powers from whoever's around him. So they're saying, right?
Okay.
So that's what they're saying, because Groot is so big now, massive, and he's King Groot now, right? So that's his next evolution, whatever. is because of all the people that he's around. The
Right.
telepathy. Well, Rocket's
And not only
super
that, but
smart.
he's carrying pieces of old Groot,
yeah.
and he was part of the whole Infinity Saga as well. So he's taking all that as well.
So it's power that he's growing.
Makes sense.
So he's fucking huge. He's
Mhm.
big.
He's jacked.
He's jacked. Yeah, but even in this one, he was big.
Yeah.
I like that scene where he pulls out the guns from inside of him, and it's like 6 arms or 4 arms or whatever. Yeah, it's pretty
I
epic,
love them.
dude.
Yeah, I love
Everything.
The whole thing. Dude. I think the High Evolutionary
Yeah.
is probably I haven't given it that much thought, but just off the top of my head, I think he might be the best villain we've had so far.
I think so too.
Dude, he made me hate his fucking character so fucking much,
Yeah.
and he's just acting. So I already had the thought when I was watching the movie, and then now people are throwing out TikToks where they're like, maybe this guy should replace what's his face as Kang.
I was about to tell you, Jonathan Majors, he's already on the outs, like literally on the outs. I got a alert that they are like at the end and they're gonna part ways with him. So, with that being said, if they're gonna part ways with Jonathan Majors, do you think that they should use the High Evolutionary as a Kang variant? Is it possible? It is possible.
Oh, it's definitely possible, and like that T-shirt that we want to make in Marvel We Trust, I think they can do it well to where they say. I think it's just people are gonna be like, "Nah." They've already built Majors up from Loki on to be Kang, and it's the Kang dynasty.
Yeah.
So you can't change the character, but you can change who's playing it, and they've done it before.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody's batting an eye that fucking Edward Norton is not playing Bruce Banner anymore.
That's true. Yeah.
So what you give it time, and eventually, but of course you're gonna have the naysayers like nee, whatever. I don't see them
I mean,
not parting ways with Jonathan Majors.
who played Red Hulk prior, or what's his name?
Well, that's not his fault. He died.
Oh yeah, he passed away, so they had to switch him.
Why the
But-
fuck did it? Yeah,
no,
no, I would-
but the same thing with Rhodey
yeah,
in Iron Man 1 and Iron
exactly.
Man 2.
And I personally liked what's his face better, but you're not going to tell me that Don Cheadle hasn't done great.
No, Don Cheadle's
I
great.
think it can
He's a
be.
great
I
actor.
think I don't want to say easily, but it can be done,
Yeah.
and I think it's a good move, dude. This guy, I'm telling you, this guy, I think he'll make a great Kang.
Yeah,
I say
I
go
think
for
so
it.
too. So did his face catch you off guard? I did not expect that.
What caught me off guard is that they went fucking dark.
Yeah,
Having that long of a shot with him on the ground with just, that one caught me way off guard.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, it's been like 5 seconds. It's been like 10 seconds. This is still on the screen.
they're
What
just
the
letting
fuck?
it sit in.
I'm like, damn, bro.
So Post-credit
nine,
scene?
nine. Oh, the post.
it was like
I'm a little disappointed with
but
mid credit and post credits lately.
yeah, me too.
They're not. The post credits before were really teasing
Yeah,
the
something
story that's
big.
coming, and this one was just like, oh, it's part of what we didn't show in the movie,
Yeah,
which they should do. And mid credit should be something from the movie,
Yeah.
and post credit should be this is what's coming up, and they haven't
Well,
been doing enough of that.
they did put at the end the legendary Star-Lord will return,
But
they didn't put the Guardians of the Galaxy will return. They just said him.
right.
So, Secret Wars.
Yes. We could keep going back to the same shit. I don't know how people aren't fucking more excited. Like, I get it, but bro, they're building. Give them time.
This just opens up what Quantumania should have opened up with.
But I mean, Infinity Saga had its missteps. Technically, the Dark World is part of the Infinity Saga.
True.
Iron Man 3 that I just shit on was technically part of the Infinity. So like all of those movies that just weren't great,
Yeah.
they were part of it. So give it time. Like this is all gonna fit together. Trust me, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
In Marvel, we trust.
I still give it a 9.
Yeah,
I'm
struggling.
pushing 9.5, but 9. I think it's a 9.
Yeah.
9.
9. I don't think I've ever felt so much for characters like things that don't actually exist. Like that little group of his.
Yeah.
Lila and what were the names? Let's see if you remember. Cinda didn't remember.
Teef. Floor
There you go.
and Lila.
And Lila. Oh my god, dude, I love them so much.
I think my
Dude,
name is
oh my
Teeth because I have big teeth.
I love those. I love them so much. Oh my
Floor,
god,
because I'm laying on the floor.
that even though she was creepy looking as
I
fuck,
know,
like, dude,
right?
it was
Shit.
like metal, like
Ugh.
oh my god,
Like
it was so
Sid's
fucking badass.
invention, like
Mhm.
invention from Sid or some shit.
Yeah. So anyway, all right, we need to move on to finish that stuff. So list I guess
The Covenant.
the Covenant.
Guy
will
Ritchie's
definitely-
The Covenant. You know, because it says Guy Ritchie's
we need
The
to.
Covenant.
We need to. We always say we will, but we need to put that list together. So
Air.
I have Air. We need to put that on there. Dungeons and Dragons. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I already watched it.
I don't know if I want to watch it. We'll put it on the list, and we'll put it at the bottom of the list.
Yeah, put it on the bottom.
Because I think there was something else. Air. Something else is. I still haven't seen Evil Dead.
Evil
but there
Dead's a
was
good
something-
watch. I'd rather you watch Evil Dead before Dungeons.
Okay, that makes sense.
What else is coming out?
There's something that's already out that it's on to like it's streaming already. Mario's gonna be on digital soon, so we could rewatch that. Yeah. I can't remember. We'll figure it out. So, anywho,
Until then.
until
Until next time.
be good to each other. More importantly, be good to yourselves.
Shut it up.
You check out